It's the Binge Bomb Podcast. Whoa, it's time to talk about our favorite shows from all the streaming networks all across the globe, from Netflix to Hulu to Disney Plus and HBO. Get ready for fun and lots of show reviews. It's Binge Bomb coming to you.
It's another Friday. That means it's another episode of Binge Bum. We're your host, Dale and Scott.
Hey, I'm Scott.
Hi, Scott.
I'm so excited to be here.
Are you really?
Yeah, it's August 6th. It's how is it August already?
Right. And here's what's exciting. So we have a lot of news to go through today. However,
yes,
when we get down to our Up Next, which is one of my favorite sections, I struggle to find anything. All right. Let's say this. There are shows that are coming out that are not on our Up Next, but I feel like we've kind of identified the types of shows that we like to talk about during this podcast and we like to watch ourselves. So I left them out because we're not excited about those.
Okay.
So we'll get to that. However, September's around the corner.
Yes.
And that's a whole new animal of television. Fall is great for TV, even streamers.
Well, and that's the way it was since the beginning of time. I mean, fall, basically September is when the broadcast networks had all their new shows on.
Right.
So the streamers are still kind of in that vein. They're kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah, because people are out and about and they want to be outside in the summer, not in front of their television.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
although we've had a lot of great stuff to watch this summer. I mean, you and I just finished up Outer Banks. We loved that. Season 2.
We got one more episode.
Well,
Chicken wing.
By the time people listen to this, we may have already watched it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, hey, let's kick it off with some news. You may actually find this exciting. I have really not delved too deep into this. I think you've watched several seasons.
I have.
But Netflix's The Crown has named a new queen, Imelda Staunton. Is that how you say her name?
Yeah.
I believe so. You may know her from the Harry Potter films. She played Dolores Umbridge. And Maud Bagshaw from Downton Abbey. She has been confirmed to play Queen Elizabeth II in the series' 5th and 6th seasons.
This is cool. This is the third actress to take on the role. Obviously, they're doing her entire life up until now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of fun. I have watched seasons 1 and 2, so I still have 3 and 4 to watch. I know 5 is coming, and then 6 will be the final one. That'll take us up to who knows?
That's right. And it's my understanding in doing this particular article that they introduced Princess Diana in the previous season, in season 4. So that's... And
so
that's one of the darker times in the monarchy.
Well, the whole thing has been kind of up and down, and lots and lots of drama. And it's funny because I know that there was an interview recently with Prince Harry who says that, yes, they have checked in on it. They've watched some of it. They kind of reserve judgment on whether it's fact or fiction. But
right, as they should.
Yeah, because obviously you don't know what conversations were like behind closed doors. So they're guessing. They're guessing what happened. But she does, Imelda Staunton does look a lot like Queen Elizabeth as she
pulls
is
it
in her older age.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's going to be fun. And it's been a juggernaut for Netflix. It's been one of their biggest series.
It's been huge. And they've released, and the only reason why we know about this is I believe this was from a tweet from the Crown Twitter, not from Netflix's. And it's just a single picture of her in her garb.
Yeah.
She looks great.
Yeah,
she's going to pull it off.
We'll put that picture up on our Facebook page so you guys can see what she looks like.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, last in our Netflix news, Ashton Kutcher and Reese Witherspoon are set to star in a new rom-com called Your Place or Mine. This film will center around two best friends who live on opposite sides of the country and swap homes for a week.
I like it. I cannot see Ashton and Reese together.
It's
as a couple.
Yeah,
but
we're gonna see.
It might make sense. It might work. I mean, what was that? 4 Christmases or remember that movie with Reese Witherspoon and dude
and dude.
Yeah, I can see them in my head. Anyway, I didn't see them together either. All right, so I can't see Reese and Ashton together, but
I like them both separately, so maybe they are good. Maybe we can't see it because we haven't seen it before.
Right. So is this a movie or a series? It's a film.
This is a film.
Okay, it's coming to Netflix sometime. It's just been announced. Probably sometime in 2022.
Probably this time.
Although Reese is so busy, I don't understand how she has even time to film a movie.
I don't know.
We shall find out.
Not only is she producing like these things from her Hello Sunshine network, she's she's in them.
Yeah.
And that takes time.
She's in a lot of them.
I know.
A little bit of Paramount Plus news. New series called 1883 is coming, and it features a lot of our favorite country music stars. I love this a lot. Now, let's step back a little bit. All right. So this is a prequel series to the very successful series called Yellowstone.
Yes.
Which has been on broadcast TV or cable television up until now. And this is going to be a prequel series to that series, which stars Kevin Costner. Right. This is going to be on Paramount Plus. And this is funny. Country music stars Faith Hill and Tim McGraw are set to play James and Margaret Dutton, who are the matriarch and patriarch of the Dutton family. So we're going to find out where this family came from.
Where they came from.
In the previous generation.
And how they got there. Yeah.
Yeah. I like this a lot. This is kind of fun. It's also going to star, you didn't write it down here.
No, because I was I know who you're talking about. I didn't write it down because these two, to my knowledge, have not acted before.
I think they've done some stuff here and there, but they're not known as actors.
I mean, this is a big series for them, especially if it does as well as Yellowstone has.
Right. Faith Hill and Tim McGraw, obviously, if you guys don't know, they're married. They're a married couple. They're both huge. He's probably bigger than she is, but they're big country music stars, and they've been married for some years.
The guy you're talking about was on the Netflix series that Ashton Kutcher created.
That's right.
That's on Netflix. He's an older gentleman, and he could certainly fit the part into this whole thing.
Yeah. Sam Elliott.
That's the one.
Sam Elliott.
That's the one.
So that series is coming. No date yet, but we suspect that if they're putting it together now, we'll probably see it sometime in 2022.
Yeah. Up next is, so this isn't so much a news story as so much eye candy. And we're going to post this. We're going to post this on our social media because this is pretty cool. The much anticipated and untitled currently Lord of the Rings prequel finally has a release date, but not until September 22nd of 2022. Jeez. A long ways from now. However, why we bring this up is because Amazon has released a still photo of the world that this is going to be, and it looks pretty darn amazing.
Yeah.
I like this stuff. I enjoy Lord of the Rings. I actually purchased and own them. I like them better than The Hobbit. Yeah. I like this stuff. This is fun to me.
Well, I don't love fantasy, but it does look like it probably is going to be. They're putting a lot of money behind this series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if this does as well as the Lord of the Rings films, this will put Amazon on fire.
Yeah.
Fire. I mean, because it's one of those things, like you said, we say this constantly. It's one of those things that everyone has it, but no one really watches it. You don't hear a lot coming from Amazon, just a few. So this, I hope, will generate some interest. Say, hey, I got this. Let's check out what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I think this is going to be huge for them. We finally know that it's coming in September of 2022. So it's a ways away, people.
Right.
They're going to be dropping one episode a week, kind of following that.
As they should.
Yeah.
I know some people don't like that in this whole, because, I mean, we actually started this podcast, and it started before we actually started, but Netflix was the one who created the binge.
Yeah.
You just watched it all at once.
No, it's true. It's just like our friend Jacqueline, who sat down and watched Outer Banks all in one sitting, watched all 10 episodes without getting up. I can't do that.
Right.
I don't like to do that.
So I have done that, and the episode or the series that I watched like that was Orange is the New Black. And
great series, but I'd rather watch 1, 2, maybe 3.
Well, here's the thing: is I also started late.
Yeah.
So I started with season 4 already out.
Yeah.
But Netflix puts them all out, not this once a week thing. I think that's going to change. You're not going to see a binge anymore, not with big titles.
Yeah.
Like that, and it's going to be once a week. It's to keep people paying.
And I actually think this may be the first time you've ever uttered the words "Orange is the New Black" on this show.
I love that.
If you guys haven't seen it, and I'm sure you have, but it is one of the best streaming series.
It's one of Netflix's original.
And it really is good.
So Netflix was born out of being a library of stuff that has already been out. It was one of the very first streaming originals that were out, and it's absolutely fantastic.
It's got some great people in it. Kate Mulgrew was my favorite. She played the Russian character in that. Love her to death, and I love the show. There's a couple seasons that I didn't like. That were kind of went off the rails a little bit, maybe jumping the shark.
Right.
But it's a great series from beginning to end.
Love it. And let's say, fun fact.
Yeah.
Is I own, what would you call it? It's not the real deal. It's like a replica of a signed first script of the pilot episode of season 1. I own that. I actually have not opened it yet, and I'm interested in opening it and actually looking through it and see what I can remember.
How come that's not up on our wall here in our studio?
We're getting our studio together, and those things have to come down here.
Yeah. The studio looks, I wish you guys could see it because we just redid it this past week. It looks a hell of a lot better than it looked before.
It did. It's still a little dark. But I'm much more comfortable. I was cramped before. I was backed up against that wall.
Hey, I got some Apple TV news for you guys. The show Physical has been renewed for a second season. The finale of the first season dropped today. Apple has announced that it has renewed the half-hour dramedy for another year. This follows 1980s housewife Sheila's ascension to become a video aerobics star.
Yeah.
Kind of love
this. Those were
show.
Huge back in the day. I believe, and I will call her, is I know that my mother had some of these. Not that step into the oldies. I don't remember that, but I remember aerobics videos on VHS in the house.
Yeah. No, it was a huge craze in the 80s for sure.
It was typical 80s. I mean, the way they dressed, and they do a good job with this show, and just the way that she looks, and the hair's big, and the spandex. They do it justice. It's done really well.
It's a lot of fun, and Rose Byrne plays the main character Sheila, and she's amazing. I love her. She's been in a bunch of things. I loved her in that show she did with Glenn Close. The lawyer show. Was that on TBS or anyway? She's great. She does comedy, she does drama, and this is kind of a dramedy. So it's kind of an in between the two. What else do we have for Apple?
Last on Apple is Apple Original Films is close to completing a deal for the worldwide rights to Argylle. This is a film that's based on a not yet released novel of the same name from author Ellie Conway, and it is said to tell the story of the world's greatest spy and his globe-trotting adventures. And can I tell you what the critics are saying without even seeing a bit of the film, but basing it on early releases of the novel? Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I want you to finish because I want to talk about this amazing cast.
I know. But anyway,
to finish your thought.
What they're saying is that this could take over 007.
All right.
And I know you have a problem with that.
No, I not necessarily. Anybody who thinks that they can get into that world is wonderful to me. However, this cast, you guys, is amazing. And how exciting as a novelist, because I've written several books, as a novelist, how exciting is it that your book has been optioned to be made into a movie before it's even released?
It's not even released.
That's wonderful. But can we talk about this cast?
This is the only reason why this is a news story right now is because of the cast.
Henry Cavill, who we know mostly as Superman of late. Sam Rockwell, who is amazing in everything that he does.
And I'm wondering what character he's played, because he's always known for playing the slimy characters. Yeah. Like he was in The Green Mile. Yeah. Remember, he was a slimy prisoner. He plays those types of characters.
He played George Bush, too. I mean, he's done it all.
Right, he's done it.
Bryce Dallas Howard from Jurassic World, of course. She's also director of Mandalorian, as we came to find out. Catherine O'Hara, of course, she is Moira on Schitt's Creek.
What can't that woman do?
She's the mother on Home Alone. I mean, she does everything. John Cena, who we're loving right now.
Yes.
He's most recently been in the Suicide Squad. And then, of course, the man who is in every fucking movie.
Who need no parentheses.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Right.
So, I mean, the cast is amazing. I cannot wait to see what this is all about. So they put the deal together. Do we have any idea when it even goes into production, when we might see this.
The only other thing that I can tell you that is not written down here is it was estimated at $200 million for one film.
For one movie.
Yeah.
Well, the cast is amazing. Argyle. I have no idea what it's about. You say globe-trotting adventure spy thing.
Everyone relates it to 007 and is wondering if it will take over.
Who knows?
That spy thriller.
Yeah.
At least I hope it doesn't have the weird names. As you know, I'm not a fan of 007. I can't watch those films.
Pussy Galore.
They're stupid. Octopussy. Yeah. They're just stupid. The only thing good about those films are the songs.
No, you are crazy because Octopussy is one of my favorite of all time. Anyway, Disney Plus news. Excited about this. This is a little bizarre, and when I first brought this up to you, I was like, "This is just kind of a weird combination." But you know that the Lego movies have done really well.
Yes.
So now they're taking Lego, Star Wars, and Halloween and putting them all together.
Yes.
The Lego Star Wars team is teaming up for a special, just in time for Halloween on Disney Plus. The Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales will premiere on October 1st. The special will focus on the Star Wars villains and will begin with Poe and BB-8 making an emergency landing on the planet Mustafar.
Mustafar.
You say it better than me.
Yeah.
And then they're forced to go on an adventure to Darth Vader's castle. I didn't know that Darth Vader had a castle.
I don't think he does, but he does in this special.
I like that. The special will tell 3 creepy tales from different Star Wars eras. I like that.
It's
and of course,
cool.
They're all going to look like Legos.
Right.
This is fun. This is fun.
The Legos movies have done extremely, extremely well. I mean, they've hooked up with Marvel. You got like the Batman, the Superman. They've done it all. I love it. I think it's great. And not my jam, but it's cool.
No, but they're also very smart, funny.
And last year, the Lego holiday thing that came out during Christmas was massive. It was huge for them. Everyone watched it.
So if
So
it
this
does
is the
well,
thing now.
we're gonna keep getting Lego. Specials.
Stuff. Right.
They're gonna keep coming.
Unqualified opinions.
I don't know that this is a very in-depth opinion. I've only watched the first 2 episodes, but
No, it's not in depth, but it is our unqualified opinion.
That's
at least
true.
we watched 2, and I believe that you have to at least watch that many to gain.
I know you can't just watch one episode of something and then make a decision.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're talking about HBO Max's animated series, The Prince, which got hyped a lot. It was hyped a lot, and the trailer is actually funnier than the actual show.
And that's what happens to a lot of these comedy things, is that the trailer encompasses all of the funny moments throughout the whole series, because if you rewatch the trailer, and I did that today, there are moments in the trailer that are not available for us to see. So the trailer is made up of all these episodes, and so we watched them all. So just watch the trailer.
This is an animated series that takes a satirical look at the life of young Prince George from his time at home in the palace to primary school with the commoners. This is, of course, we're talking about the royal family in England.
Right.
We, of course, started the show talking about them. Now we're talking about the cartoon version of them. It's kind of over the top, and it's not as funny as I want it to be.
But there are moments.
There are moments. It's very Seth MacFarlane.
Yes.
In its comedy.
Yes.
Kind of Family Guy-ish.
Right.
Of course.
It is not for children.
It's definitely not for children. It has guest stars that make no sense, like Real Housewives characters and Kelly Ripa from Live with Kelly and Ryan. It makes no friggin' sense that they're there.
What was it? Leah Remini is on it.
It's very weird. But can you be too timely or not timely? So here's the thing. I mean, Prince Philip is in this. Of course, Prince Philip died 6 months ago, I think, at 99 years old. Right on the eve of his 100th birthday. There's a couple other things that I thought was a little weird that weren't quite timely, but maybe they're too timely.
But does it have to be?
I don't know, but I was worrying about what's the shelf life of this series if you're putting Kelly Ripa and Lisa Rinna from Housewives in there.
Yeah. But maybe that's what makes it fun, and you continue on with those characters through the whole entire season. I mean, it's just because it's weird, it makes it a little fun, but the comedy is very, very few and far between.
There was a couple big names in there. I mean, Orlando Bloom.
There's a lot.
Orlando Bloom does the voice of Prince Harry. Of course, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are living in L.A. in this. And then there's also Sophie Turner, who's doing the voice of Princess Charlotte, who Sophie Turner, of course, from Game of Thrones. Yeah. Right. And she's married to a Jonas brother. So anyway, The Prince, it's cute. It seems like something that you might find on the Fox television network.
Right. Yes, very much. What I say is give it a try. Watch 2 episodes. We're not telling you to not watch it, but watch at least 2. It is fun.
All right. Well, they can make their own decision.
All right, like we said, there is a lot of stuff in the pipeline, and this is all coming for the end of the month towards fall, my favorite time of the year. Let's get to it. We've been waiting for this one. We've enjoyed the first season, and what I'm talking about is the second season to Truth Be Told on Apple TV. We finally got a date. It's going to be August 20th. I love it. I cannot wait. You were excited about the first season, were you not?
I love the first season, and I'm more excited about this season because it's got Kate Hudson in it.
There you go.
So this is the series where Octavia Spencer plays Poppy Parnell, she's a
true crime podcaster.
Right,
basically.
But she also gets involved
she does.
In helping get these crazy situations figured out. So now she's got a childhood friend and media mogul, Micah Keith,
right,
played by Kate Hudson. So Kate Hudson is kind of a ruthless, I'm going to do anything it takes to be at the top of my game kind of character.
Yeah, someone that you're not really going to like.
Right, but she's beautiful and she's cunning and she's apparently using Octavia Spencer's character to get what she wants.
That was given in the trailer, so we'll see. It almost seems like because in this they are friends, and there was a reach out and say, hey, I need some help with this, and then you kind of try out her true nature. So not only we're gonna figure out this new case, as if they can also have their friendship survived.
So this is dark. It's very dark.
Well, yeah,
and it's also kind of fun, and there's a kind of a thriller moment to it. Yeah, so
I can't wait. It's coming sooner than I thought. This snuck up on me, so I'm glad it's coming soon.
Season 2, Apple TV, August 20th. Not too many. It's about 15 days away.
Yeah, not far at all.
Now the next one, Odell. Odell.
I am looking forward to this.
So excited about this. It looks friggin' hilarious. This is a new movie called Vacation Friends. It's coming to Hulu on August 27th. We need to write this date down and put it on our calendar because it's got a couple people in it that John Cena.
Of course, we've talked about him once already in this show, right?
And Lil Rel Howery, who
I
we
always
just saw
stumble to say
recently.
His name.
He's done a lot recently.
Yes.
And he's hilarious. So this couple, they meet on a vacation down in Mexico, but their friendship takes an awkward turn when they get back home.
Yes.
So
this is one of those things you have to watch the trailer, and we'll post it. But basically, Lil Ray Howery, his character and his wife, who met John Cena's character and his wife down in Mexico, they are getting married, and we don't know how. But John Cena's character and his wife find out about it, and they think that they're friends, so they show up
at the wedding,
and it's a shit show.
And I
freaking love it.
And all hell breaks loose.
I freaking love this kind of comedy. It's going to be funny.
It's slapsticky. It's hilarious. Right. It looks really, really funny.
And my only worry is and it always comes down to comedies, is that I just didn't watch the whole thing in the trailer.
Right? Do we
just like we did with The Prince? We watched all the funny parts in the trailer.
Maybe so. We never know.
I'm still going to watch it because it looks great.
It looks really funny. So this is a movie, one-off, called Vacation Friends, Hulu. August 27th. I've actually met people on vacation.
Yeah.
Who have become friends
and they're
with.
still your friends. That's right.
Well, but not all of them.
But they're not as crazy as
but I don't know
John Cena and...
I don't know that I want to be lifetime friends with everyone.
Right. They're not going to show up at your wedding unannounced
right.
and just have this crazy ass time.
You should talk about this other thing from Hulu.
And I yes, I do. This was something that we've probably talked about 4 months ago. Easily 4 months ago. What I'm talking about is the new Hulu series, Only Murders in the Building, coming to Hulu on August 31st. This is that it's a comedy series, but kind of dark. It's three strangers who share an obsession with true crime suddenly find themselves caught up in one. Yes. But what I like about this is Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez.
Who would ever put those three together?
Well, Steve Martin, Martin Short, yes. Well, sure. But when you add Selena Gomez, that makes it that much more fun. Yeah. And I'm excited about this. But we've talked about, I can't remember the story because I couldn't find it because my computer log is the scripts. I couldn't figure out which one it was. But I'm digging it. It's finally coming. It's right in the corner.
We did talk about it for a while.
We did talk about it.
I did rewatch the trailer today. I'm so excited about this. I'm upset that I have to wait all the way till August 31st.
I know.
But this is a series, so we're going to get a little bit more than we would get from a movie.
Right.
But Martin Short, Steve Martin are in prime.
Love them.
Yeah, they look great.
Yes.
They are comedy geniuses.
Did they or did they not? Were they the two that had their two-man Broadway show?
They did a show. They did a stand-up show them? Together. Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
And then, of course, they were also two of the three amigos. So we've seen them a lot together. They're amazing. And
they play very well
off each other.
And I'm excited to see what Selena does. Because Selena, this is not new to her. She's acted before, and I think she's done a good job.
And Selena is very talented. And so going up against these two veterans, I think she's going to do great. But what I love about it is because you and I are podcasters, the whole kind of second tier story of this is that Steve Martin and Martin Short's characters are podcasters.
And maybe that's why we like Truth Be Told so much. Yeah.
So they're kind of trying to figure out this murder in their apartment building that they live in while they're also doing this podcast about said murder. So, and they get Selena Gomez involved to help them figure it out. So this looks great.
It's going to be so much fun. This is going to be a good series.
If you don't have Hulu, come on, what's wrong with you? They have so many good things.
Right.
Yeah.
Last on our list, and this is I kind of stumbled across this because I didn't know that this was even in the making. I hadn't heard any news about it before. And what I'm talking about is Cinderella, a new musical coming to Amazon Prime on September 3rd. And I don't even need to give the details. You know the story. It's Cinderella.
Story. That's right.
But okay, and this is a musical, and I know I've said many times on this show, my taste in musicals is blah. Yeah. However, what I like about this and what I've seen from the trailer is that they're using popular music and not creating their own.
Right.
Which I can get behind.
Which is fun.
Yeah.
So, you think Disney owns the rights to Cinderella. They do not. It's a story that predates Disney, although they have done the animated version, and just a couple of years ago they did a live action version.
Right.
But this one is kind of fun. Like you said, it's updating it with kind of more modern music and that kind of thing. But it stars some pretty amazing people.
I was going to say, it's all about the cast.
Cinderella, who her name basically is Ella in this, is played by Camila Cabello, who is a pop star right now.
Right.
She's doing very well. Isn't she dating
Shawn Mendes or something?
Shawn Mendes, yeah. Billy Porter from Pose and from so many other things. He's playing the fabulous godmother. We've got Idina Menzel from Broadway. We've got Minnie Driver, who's been in a million things. And then, of course, we've got, here's a callback to James Bond.
Right.
We got Pierce Brosnan.
What is he doing lately? Well, what has he done lately?
Well, he's playing the king.
He's here.
He's playing the king. So Pierce Brosnan is the king and Minnie Driver is the queen. And Camilla is going to try to figure out if she can fit into those glass slippers. So,
right.
Anyway, it looks good. I mean, this is not, it's kind of a tired old story.
Right. It is. But so the story's going to stay the same, but they're going to tell it in a more fun way. And I think they can pull that off and they can attract a different audience, especially a younger audience who doesn't grow up with these stories anymore, do they? I don't think kids do.
Maybe not.
So, and it's going to be it's going to be the music that they know. It's going to be top 40.
And one of the names that you did not write down here, and one of the mice who are turned into a footman, into a real person, is James Corden.
Of course. He's in every musical now, but I think he does great in those. I mean, giving Cats, I mean, that didn't go over too well, but you have to think about it.
The guy can sing, though.
He can sing. He can dance. He can act. He can do it. He's just got to pick the right ones.
All right, so that's Cinderella, Amazon Prime, September 3rd. Got a bunch of good people in it. It's fun for the whole family.
We're gonna tell you what to watch this week. It's time for Up Next.
All right, as I said at the beginning of the show, I only got one for your Up Next, so you're gonna have a light weekend. Maybe you'll thank me.
Well, if they haven't started Outer Banks yet, season 2, they can watch that.
I do recommend that.
And if they're not watching White Lotus on HBO Max, I mean, man, that show is so good.
We don't talk about White Lotus because it's an HBO original and not an HBO Max original.
It is available on HBO Max.
It is. There's lots of things. But anyway, what we're talking about is the only one on our Up Next for this week is Mr. Corman, and the new series from Apple TV Plus drops today. I love it, and I'll tell you in a minute. Basically, this is a teacher, Josh Corman, could have been a rock star. Now he teaches 5th grade. And though he loves his students and he struggles to find happiness and meaning in a world that sometimes feels short on both.
It's a whole...
But my favorite part is it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
He's so good.
Love him. He's such a great actor.
Not only is he a good actor, but he's a good person.
Yeah.
And I watched this documentary about him putting the show together. Mm-hmm. He's really all about the collaborating with the writers and the directors and the video people and the lighting people. And he really is, he's not a diva. He doesn't go sit in his trailer. He's there on set and making sure everything's awesome.
Right. And this show was written by him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is his project. This is all him.
Well, not only is he an actor and a writer, but he's also a director, and he conceives all this stuff, and he's amazing, and I just applaud him. And this looks like it's going to be a really great series. And you and I, as soon as we finish the shit we're watching, we're watching Mr. Corman because love everything that he touches.
Yeah, I think what we're going to need to do is we're going to put out a help wanted sign.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to hire people to watch shows and then tell us what happens.
Because there's so many.
Because there's so many. We can't keep up with them. We're only a team of 2.
We're somehow going to figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But anyway, that is your Up Next for this week. You only got one. Before we go, we just want to thank you for listening to this episode of the Binge Bump Podcast. If you like our show, be sure to rate us wherever you like to listen to your favorite podcast. We will be back next week. And in the meantime, happy binging.
Happy binging, y'all.